You know that little voice in your head that whispers, "You're not good enough. You're not ready. Or what if you fail?" Yeah, that voice is a liar. Self-doubt is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and the life you want. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed? How many dreams have you put on hold simply because you second-guessed yourself? Successful people aren't free from doubt. They just refuse to let it dictate their actions. The truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready for anything truly great. But that's the secret. You don't need to. You learn as you go. You adjust. You grow. Every successful person you admire had moments of uncertainty, but they moved forward anyway. Self-doubt is just fear in disguise, and fear is a terrible advisor. Instead of letting it paralyze you, start taking action despite it. The next time doubt creeps in, ask yourself, what if I succeed? Because you just might, and that's something worth fighting for. How many times have you said yes to something you didn't really want to do? Maybe it was an extra work project when you were already drowning in tasks. Maybe it was a social event you had no energy for. Maybe it was a favor that left you exhausted. Here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to something that matters. Your time, your peace, your priorities. People who achieve great things understand the power of no. They don't agree to everything just to avoid disappointing others. They don't overcommit to the point of burnout. Instead, they set boundaries, protect their time, and only invest in what aligns with their goals. And guess what? People will respect you more when you value yourself enough to say no. So ask yourself, is this really worth my time? If not, walk away. Your energy is a limited resource. Spend it wisely. Let's be real. You know what you need to do. You've had that goal, that dream, that thing you keep telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week, then next month, then next year, and before you know it, you're stuck in the same place, wondering where the time went. Procrastination isn't just about laziness. It's often about fear. Fear of failure, fear of imperfection, fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the hard truth. Waiting for the perfect moment is just an excuse. Perfection is a myth. If you keep waiting until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. The most successful people don't wait. They start before they're ready. They take messy, imperfect action and figure it out along the way. So, what's one thing you've been putting off? Take the first step today, right now. Because if you don't start, you'll always be stuck at what could have been. Take a moment and think about the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? The people around you shape your mindset, your energy, and ultimately, your future. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, complainers, doubters, people who mock your ambitions, you're absorbing that energy, whether you realize it or not. Negativity is contagious. It creeps into your thoughts, lowers your confidence, and makes you settle for less than you deserve. Successful, fulfilled people are intentional about their circle. They seek out those who inspire them, challenge them, and push them to be better. So ask yourself, are the people in my life helping me grow, or are they holding me back? If it's the latter, it's time to distance yourself. Protect your energy, because when you stop giving your time to negativity, you make room for something better, people who actually believe in you. Fear is the invisible chain holding so many people back. It keeps you from taking risks, from speaking up, from chasing opportunities that could change your life. And the worst part, most of the things we fear never actually happen. Fear is just a mental projection, your brain trying to keep you safe by avoiding the unknown. But guess what? Nothing great ever came from staying in your comfort zone. Every successful person you admire has felt fear. The difference? They act anyway. They feel the fear and move forward despite it. Fear loses its power the moment you take action. The job you're afraid to apply for? Do it. The conversation you're dreading? Have it. The big move that terrifies you? Make it. Stop letting fear dictate your life. Because the truth is, the life you want is on the other side of that fear. You just have to be brave enough to step through it. Let's be honest. Excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start when the timing is better. Sound familiar? The truth is, everyone has obstacles. Everyone has challenges. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. Successful people don't make excuses. They find solutions. They make time. They take responsibility for their actions. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall separating you from the life you want. The good news? You can tear that wall down starting today. Instead of saying, I don't have time, say, I'll make time. Instead of saying, I don't know how, say, I'll figure it out. Take ownership of your future because no one else is going to do it for you. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment your life starts changing. How much of what you do is based on what you actually want? And how much is based on what other people think? Too many people live their lives trying to please everyone, chasing approval, fearing judgment, and shaping their choices around what others expect of them. But here's the truth, no matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. And if you let their opinions control your life, you'll never truly be free. The most successful and fulfilled people don't waste time seeking validation. They trust themselves. They make choices based on their values, their goals, their dreams. You don't need permission to go after what you want. You don't need everyone to understand or agree with your path. The only validation that truly matters is the one you give yourself. So stop looking outward for approval and start looking inward for direction. This is your life. Live it on your terms. You are capable of so much more than you realize. But too many people settle. They settle for average, for just okay, for good enough. Why? Because stepping into your full potential requires effort, discomfort, and sometimes failure. But here's what you need to understand. You were not meant for a life of mediocrity. Every day that you ignore your potential is a day wasted. You have skills, ideas, and strengths that the world needs. The only question is, are you going to use them? Or are you going to let fear, doubt, and complacency hold you back? The difference between people who achieve greatness and those who don't isn't talent, it's action. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop playing small, start stepping up, start pushing yourself, and start creating the life you know you're meant for. Because the only limits that exist are the ones you refuse to break. That's it. These are the 8 things you need to stop doing immediately if you want to unlock your full potential. Now, it's up to you. Will you take action or will you keep waiting? Drop a 40 in the comments if you're ready to step into your best self and make these changes today.